Konnichiwa, I'm Sakura. Today we're diving deep into Demon Slayer lore to answer a question you've all been curious about. In what order did the upper rank demons actually become demons? Now, quick heads up. Information on the upper ranks past isn't exactly abundant, but I've pieced together some juicy clues from their conversations and the official fanbook. We're only covering the upper rank demons who've appeared before the Infinity Castle arc. Still, beware. I will reference some of their past stories shown during the Infinity Castle arc, so if you're totally against any spoilers, you've been warned. First things first, a quick history crash course. To understand today's topic, it's super important you get the basics of Japan's historical periods. Kibutsuji Muzan was born in the Heian period, about 1,000 years ago. The main storyline of Demon Slayer is set during the Taisho period, about 100 years ago. Between the Heian and Taisho periods, there were 5 major historical eras. But for today's discussion, 2 periods are super critical. The Sengoku era, as known as the Warring States period, and the Edo period. Quick trivia. The Sengoku era is technically part of the late Muromachi period, and most of our favorite upper rank demons turned into demons during the Edo period. Alright, now that you've got the basics down, it's time to reveal the almost certain chronological order in which the upper rank demons were created, so let's jump right into it. Kokushibo. Born as the eldest son into a powerful samurai family at the end of Japan's Sengoku era, Kokushibo wasn't always the terrifying demon we know today. He originally served as a member of the Demon Slayer Corps, and here's the key point. At age 20, he awakened the Demon Slayer mark. Back then, getting this mark meant you'd only have about 5 years left to live. But just before his predicted death at age 25, Muzan swooped in and made him an offer he couldn't refuse, transforming him into a demon. So, doing the math here, this puts Kokushibo's demonification around the late Sengoku era, approximately the year 1500. Yup, you heard that right. Over 400 years of demon power. That explains why he's insanely strong. Next up is the absolute legend himself, Akaza. Akaza was transformed into a demon at just 18 years old during Japan's Edo period, before Muzan officially started assembling the infamous 12 Kizuki. But here's the kicker. According to the story, he's been rampaging and slaughtering as a demon for over 100 years. Yeah, that's right. This dude has had at least a century to level up his insane martial arts skills. Also, during the Infinity Castle arc, we hear Hantengu mention that the upper ranks hadn't gathered together in 113 years. That means Akaza has been an upper rank demon for over 100 years at this point. Next up is everyone's favorite charming psychopath, Doma. Doma was born in Japan's Edo period, and was turned into a demon by Muzan at the young age of 20. We know for sure that Doma was already upper rank 6 when he converted Daki and Gyutaro into demons. Later on, this smooth-talking menace climbed his way up the ranks, eventually becoming upper rank 2. Now here's the important clue. Doma outranks Akaza, meaning he rose through the ranks and surpassed him at some point. So, logically speaking, Doma became a demon after Akaza did. Next up, let's talk about the tragic sibling duo themselves, Daki and Gyutaro. These two became demons after being scouted directly by Doma himself. At the time, Daki, known then as Ume, was only 13 years old. Now, about her protective older brother, Gyutaro, his exact age isn't directly stated, but based on the Kimetsu Academy spin-off, it suggested he's around 15 years old when turned into a demon. Here's the key point. As mentioned earlier, Doma became a demon after Hantengu and Gyokko. We'll get into this shortly. Meaning he's the most recent among those upper ranks. Therefore, the siblings, Daki and Gyutaro, were turned into demons last among the upper ranks introduced so far. Alright, Anime Squad. Now we've covered the ones with clear-cut timelines. From here on out, it's time for Sakura's original theory and analysis. Hantengu, Gyokko, and Doma. Now, truth be told, there's hardly any official info about exactly when these 3 became demons. but by carefully looking at their conversations and subtle clues, I've pieced together a theory just for you. Here's the key. Check out the conversation during the upper rank meeting. Gyokko clearly shows disrespect towards Akaza, talking to him in a condescending, mocking way. But when Gyokko speaks with Doma, he's noticeably more polite and respectful. He even gifted Doma one of his pots. Now think about it. Both Akaza and Doma outrank Gyokko. But why is there such a difference in his attitude towards them? Here's Sakura's juicy theory. Gyokko's attitude difference probably comes down to the blood battle for rank switching. It's likely that Doma defeated Akaza at some point and rose above him. Gyokko, having already been an upper rank before Doma, acknowledges Doma's power and respects him, while he still sees Akaza, who lost his position, as inferior and thus mocks him. And since Hantengu and Gyokko are presented as somewhat senior among the upper ranks, it's logical that they had become demons and risen to upper rank status before Doma did. Additionally, Hantengu was turned into a demon by Muzan right before his execution, beheading, during the Edo period. According to the official fanbook, he appears around 87 years old, suggesting he became a demon at around that age. Regarding the chronological order between Hantengu and Gyokko, there is honestly no hint at all, but simply based on rank. Hantengu, upper rank 4, ranks above Gyokko, upper rank 5. It's natural to think Hantengu likely became a demon and an upper rank before Gyokko. By the way, Gyokko was turned into a demon by Muzan after he was found dying in a fishing village. And that wraps up my analysis of the chronological order in which the upper rank demons became demons. I put a lot of thought into this theory, but I know there might be different opinions on this topic. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys think. Please share your own theories and ideas in the comments down below. Also, I've made a separate video analyzing the order of the Demon Slayer Corps' Hashira. Definitely check that one out too if you're interested. I'll be uploading tons more videos about Demon Slayer and other awesome anime, so please hit that subscribe button to stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!